Jersey City, New Jersey, and welcome to Monday Night Raw, where we are opening up with Sami Zayn. He was able to pin and beat the World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso not too long ago now. Let's go ahead and hear him out. As you guys know, I was able to beat and pin Jey Uso. Therefore, it is only just that I take my place as a man to face Jey Uso at SummerSlam. Forget Braun Breaker, forget whoever else you have in mind. It is in a little interruption by the ring general. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Sami. If anything, we all know that I deserve a rematch against Jey Uso. See, he is only champion because he was, to keep it PG, he was a bit of a wuss. He lost to a countout, but due to champion's advantage, he stayed World Heavyweight Champion, so I demand a rematch. And since you want your match as well, how about we handle our business tonight? A one-on-one match for the #1 contendership, or better yet, to face off against Jey Uso at SummerSlam, since apparently Braun is the #1 contender. What do you say, me and you, here tonight? Well, Gunther, as much as I would love to smack you down, beat you, and win that spot towards SummerSlam, there is nothing I have to win. I already pinned Jey Uso, and I have already spoken to both Nick Aldis and the Raw GM, so it is set in stone. Jey Uso will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against me at SummerSlam. So about that match, hell no. And look at that! Another match confirmed for SummerSlam according to Sami Zayn. We'll have to check in a couple of minutes to see if that's actually official. But according to Sami Zayn, he will have a shot at that World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso. Therefore, no match for Gunther against Jey Uso. And no match today against Sami Zayn now. They were talking about Braun Breaker, who is the #1 contender in a sketchy way, as Seth Rollins was the #1 contender, but now he's aiming for the Undisputed Championship. Therefore, he gave that #1 contendership to Braun Breaker. He said he would allow Jey Uso 2 to 3 title defenses before he came in and took that title. So, I don't think he minds as Sami Zayn will get his match as Bronson Reed coming into the ring. He has some singles action ever since he's joined this new team of the Re-Evolution, or ever since he's had them in his corner. He has been undefeated and looking to continue that tonight. Now, I do want to go ahead and confirm that, yes, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn will face off against each other for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. We will also have Seth Rollins against John Cena for the WWE Undisputed Championship, as well as Bianca Belair against Tiffany Stratton for the Women's WWE Championship, and so much more coming very soon. We will confirm a lot more matches in the following weeks, as the opponent of Bronson Reed, a man who's just recently beat by Trick Williams in an all-holds-barred match, now looking to get away from that rivalry with Trick Williams, trying to restart fresh and trying to move up the rankings. We have none other than Braun Strowman, once the Black Sheep, now one big SOB, taking on another big man in Bronson Reed. Lots of Brawns and Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman. who will be able to come out on top as Bronson Reed starts off nice and hot. Bronson Reed, as we said, was undefeated ever since having the Re-Evolution in his corner, ever since joining the Re-Evolution, as he picks up and slams Braun Strowman, now looking for the pinfall. But a kick out at 1 from Braun Strowman. See, before the Re-Evolution, Braun Strowman was on a huge loss streak. Every single time he was gaining some sort of advantage or some control, lights would go out, and suddenly Bronson Reed was no longer on the attack as he looked for the pinfall. Quick kick outs. He was no longer on the attack, and rather he was weakened down, which gave his opponent an easy victory. He lost to many people. A notable one to me was Penta. That's the one that I remember the most. I think he lost to Drew and even Seth. And Seth Rollins saw this. He saw a weakness in Bronson Reed and said, hey, I can help you, strengthen you, but you got to be in my side. And well, so far it has worked for Bronson Reed, who at the moment is just toying with Braun Strowman, easily taking him down and easily going for those pinfalls. At the moment, Braun Strowman not able to do a single thing about the attacks coming his way as Bronson Reed climbs the middle ropes in a huge elbow drop onto Braun Strowman as he looks for yet another pinfall. Almost gets it done, but a kick out at 2 as this match continues. And later tonight in our main event, we have a special match as Dragon Lee takes on Chad Gable, where their stakes are higher than ever. If Dragon Lee is able to win this match, then American Made is no more. I have read the contract, and it says that Julius and Brutus Creed will be allowed to stay together as the Creed brothers, a tag team. But American Made, no more. That means Chad Gable goes his own way. Creed brothers go their own way. Ivy Nile goes their own way if Dragon Lee is able to win. However, if Chad Gable is the one to win, then Dragon Lee not only loses his mask, but he's going to leave the WWE, which is going to be incredibly sad for so many people who have recently fallen in love with Dragon Lee and this new style of his, as a big tsunami from Bronson Reed off of the top of the turnbuckle, splashing down onto Braun Strowman, who is on the outside, and now Bronson Reed may be able to get the victory. But as I was saying, we'll have to find out who ends up losing, as Bronson Reed about to win the match. Yes, there it is. Bronson Reed very easily dominated and took control of this match, and with one huge tsunami onto Braun Strowman, he was able to get the victory. Some help from Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker, but a whole lot of work from Bronson Reed, who is now part of the Re-Evolution, and ever since joining, this man has been unstoppable. Congratulations to Bronson Reed. As we now keep moving on, look what is happening backstage. Jada Parker attacking Roxanne Perez with a shovel. Now we had heard from Jada Parker saying because Roxanne Perez attacked her post-match, they were not finished, and it looks like Jada Parker is sticking to her word. We are about to move into our next match, but instead we had to quickly cut to what was happening backstage. Hopefully we can get some security out there soon, because that could get really ugly. A metal shovel onto the body of Roxanne Perez, onto the body of anyone. That is bound to penetrate the skin and really hurt. As next up, representing the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka, who has been on the search for gold right now, aiming for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Becky Lynch. Asuka has been on the road to try to gain this title. Last week, I believe, she beat Sonya Deville, but Shayna showed up trying to get involved in the match. Asuka did not let that slide. Not only did she absolutely stun Sonya, she then hopped outside of the ring, chased Shayna, excuse me. I got stuck between Sonya and Shayna. Attack Shayna. And now tonight they go one-on-one. Since Shayna's most likely going to bring Sonya, Asuka cannot lose by the numbers game. So tonight, in her corner, also representing the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane. Who will be able to get the victory tonight? Will it be Asuka, who is searching for gold, is looking at that Women's Intercontinental Championship? Or will it be Shayna, an absolute beast of a woman, multiple-time champion down in NXT, as well as becoming a tag team champion with Ronda Rousey? Amazing accolades that this woman has, and if she's able to beat Asuka tonight, then surely she can start thinking about having a title match in the near future. Asuka has been, you could say, on fire. It wasn't too recent, but a couple weeks back, she was able to beat Bayley. Obviously, yesterday, able to beat Sonya. Asuka has been doing good, and if Shayna is able to beat her tonight and stop her from continuing her path towards that Women's Intercontinental title, then maybe it will be Shayna who ends up getting that title shot. As we are ready to begin this match, Kairi Sane and Sonya on either sides of the corners, looking to be strong in the numbers game as Asuka gets this match started. Obviously, she's not going to be too happy by the fact that Shayna showed up in her last match and tried to cost Asuka the victory. And while it didn't work, you still got to respect Asuka coming out here looking for some redemption. And oh, she is not done with Sonya. There's a big crossbody off of the top of the turnbuckle. And rather than Shayna being able to use that distraction to her advantage, it is still Asuka who is on top, basically 2v1ing both Shayna and Sonya, as Asuka with a big punch dropping Shayna. Now Asuka looking for the pinfall, but a quick rope break according to the referee. Not sure how he saw that, but hey, I don't want to get in trouble. I won't say much because recently I've been saying a lot about the refs, low counts, this and that. And the fines have been coming my way. Asuka looking for the pinfall. Almost got the victory. Kick out at 2 as Sonya bringing in a sledgehammer. And it looks like Asuka is going to try to use it on Sonya. And it ends up going against her rather than helping Shayna. She ends up helping Asuka attack herself, as Asuka doing some big damage onto Sonya. Kairi Sane distracting Shayna, as Asuka may be able to put this match away nice and early. Will she be able to get it done as Asuka charges up? Can she get the victory here? Will Asuka be able to get it done? Shayna looking weak. She may be out as Asuka charges up, just waiting and waiting. She is really taking her time. Shayna finally gets up, and now Asuka's gonna look for the submission. Is Shayna gonna tap? No, according to the ref, another rope break as this match continues. Asuka's not finished attacking though as she climbs the top ropes. A big splash. Is she gonna look for the pinfall? And it looks like not yet. Instead, she is charging up. Shayna gets up slowly. Now Shayna able to counter Asuka, sending her over the ropes. However, Asuka quickly able to counter now, hopping back inside of the ring. And now, though, it is Shayna who may be able to get some control. Maybe start gaining some momentum. Maybe not, as Asuka continues countering, and it's just a step ahead of Shayna. No. She is 2 steps ahead, as now able to counter in a reverse DDT onto Shayna. Sonya trying to grab the legs of Asuka. Not successful in doing so, as Shayna was looking for a spear. Asuka able to move out of the way just in time. And now Sonya and Asuka going at it, using some words. Definitely cannot repeat these. I'll end up getting fired, to be honest. But just know, they're really going at it. Somehow Asuka, even though she was distracted, is able to counter Shayna, who is just too slow and is just not smart enough and fast enough to compete with Asuka, who is now looking for the submission. Far away from the ropes. There will be no rope breaks this time. Is Shayna gonna tap one of the best submission holders in the world? About to tap to Asuka. Is this about to happen? She is holding on, trying to fight, but no. It is not enough as Asuka gets the victory against Shayna. A nice victory where she basically 2v1. She had Kairi Sane there for slight distractions, but it looked like Asuka could have handled that 2v1 quite easily. Congratulations to Asuka, as she is able to get the victory, and she continues moving up the rankings in the Women's Intercontinental Division. And now, as we continue moving forward, we have some tag team action. We were talking about them a little bit earlier. A team that could be on the brink of breaking up. American Made, specifically the Creed brothers, go face to face against the team right here of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, New Catch Republic. Could this be a little spoiler to our main event later tonight? Do not forget Dragon Lee, Chad Gable go face to face. And I believe what was a Falls Count Anywhere match. I do believe so. Where if Chad Gable loses, American Made is done. However, Chad Gable wins, then Dragon Lee not only loses his mask, but he ends up leaving WWE. And while they're part of American Made for now, it may not be much longer after tonight. So we'll have to see how it goes. For now, though, they have to keep focus on their match tonight here against New Catch Republic. Now, I do have to state something. Not only do the Creed brothers and Chad Gable have a match today, so does Ivy Nile. I find it a little suspicious that in one of the biggest matches of American Made history, which could end up breaking American Made, none of the rest of American Made are going to be able to be in Chad Gable's corner because they are busy on their matches, and after their matches end, they have to go recover. They can't be in the corner giving it their 100%, which gives Dragon Lee an advantage if he ends up bringing out the LWO. Just saying that's a little suspicious on my end as, oh, nice and quickly. Julius Creed getting it started. On to Pete Dunne, big stomp down. On to the face of Pete Dunne, who is quickly able to counter. Now attacking Brutus Creed as Pete Dunne looks to climb the top ropes, looking to fly, and dropping down onto Julius Creed with the Hurricane Rana. Now a big stomp onto Julius Creed. But yeah, as I was saying, that's just a little suspicious on my end, but maybe I'm just overthinking it as Pete Dunne is sent into the corner. Julius Creed charging up a big spear right into the turnbuckle. Now suplex of sorts, or whatever you want to call it, just tossing Pete Dunne like a little baby, picking him up and tossing him once more. Big damage being done nice and early by Julius Creed, who now sends Pete Dunne into the corner. Big fist by Brutus Creed as the tag, as the tag has now been made. Brutus Creed, the illegal superstar, big drop onto the body to Pete Dunne, who is now able to counter. Can he look for the tag? Will you look to the tag of Tyler Bate? Maybe, maybe not. As right now, instead, he is focused on targeting the upper body of both Julius and Brutus Creed. And now the tag is made as Tyler Bates is the official superstar for New Catch Republic. And as we are preparing for SummerSlam, do not forget we have already been able to confirm 3 matches. We have John Cena against the Revolutionary. Hold on, pinfall. 1. You really interrupted me for a pinfall. That only gets to 1. Come on, Tyler Bate, you got to do better than that. As I was saying, already confirmed John Cena against the Revolutionary, the leader of the Re-Evolution, Seth freaking Rollins, for the undisputed WWE Championship. We have also been able to confirm Tiffany Stratton against Bianca Belair as another pinfall to interrupt me. 1. And a kick out at 1. Tiffany Stratton against Bianca Belair for the Women's WWE Championship. And earlier today, we were able to find out that Sami Zayn will go toe-to-toe against his once brother, maybe not so much now. The main event, Jey Uso, the World Heavyweight Champion, for that title, the World Heavyweight Championship. Those 3 matches confirmed as Pete Dunne was trying to look for the pinfall, not successful, and even trying to get that 1 count. Hopefully later tonight and throughout the upcoming weeks, we can confirm a lot more matches, because do not forget, SummerSlam for the first time ever will be a 2-night event. Last time we had a 2-night event, Clash at the Castle. It was fantastic. We were able to crown new champions like Liv Morgan as our new Women's World Champion. We were able to crown Penta as a new Intercontinental Champion. And maybe we can have some new champions after SummerSlam. So it is bound to be good, as at the moment, it was New Catch Republic who seemed to have more control in this match. But now some distraction from Pete Dunne allows Brutus Creed to just send him over, flying over the top ropes, landing on nothing but the ground. And now Julius Creed looking to lay some damage onto Pete Dunne as well, and he gets it done with a nice throw. Now Brutus Creed looking to pick up, never mind, I thought he was going to pick him up, instead dealing some more damage. Now picking up Pete Dunne as he looks to send him straight into the barricade, but some nice countering right there, as now Pete Dunne may be able to counter as he sends Brutus Creed into the lower part of the apron. Nothing but straight steel right there, penetrating straight through the skin of Brutus Creed, who now hops inside of the ring just as Pete Dunne had reset the count. Brutus Creed is hyped up that he may be able to pull something off here, maybe not, as Pete Dunne is able to quickly counter. Now sending Brutus Creed over the top ropes and looking to deal some damage onto Julius Creed. Can he get it done as he looks for a DDT straight onto the corner of the apron? Oh my, there's some big damage being done to Julius, who isn't even the legal superstar. As now Pete Dunne is not finished. A huge slam onto Julius Creed as he now hops back inside of the ring. Brutus Creed may be able to take advantage of this distraction, as Pete Dunne, though, able to kick out. This match continues. What a great match it has been. And still some fantastic matches left to come, as at the moment Brutus Creed in control, while Pete Dunne has been able to do lots of damage. When Pete Dunne tries to attack Julius Creed, it allows Brutus to gain some control as there is a pinfall. Brutus almost able to win it, but a kick out at 2 from a pretty weak Pete Dunne, as Brutus Creed tags in his fresh-er brother Julius Creed. He is not that fresh, as Pete Dunne has definitely been targeting him even when he's not the legal superstar. Now that he is, though, he has that opportunity to lay some revenge and get some redemption against Pete Dunne, as a big splash by Julius Creed, and now he can pull off a big finisher and win this match and end this match once and for all, as at the moment Pete Dunne is nowhere near Tyler Bate. This may be the end of the match. Is this gonna be it? Will Julius Creed be able to put away New Catch Republic? Can he get it done? 1, 2, but Tyler Bate is right there ready to break the counts. I think Julius Creed would have had the win. he would have gotten the victory right there and then. But smart from Tyler Bate to be there and break up the count. However, it is still Pete Dunne who is a legal superstar. And at the moment, he is not able to do anything. He cannot tag his opponents. He is not able to counter. He simply has to deal with taking all that damage. Pete Dunne trying to crawl towards his corner and tagging Tyler Bate, but quickly it is Julius Creed who interrupts, now sending Pete Dunne flying. Big damage being done by Julius Creed, who now sends Pete Dunne into the corner. Tag made onto Brutus Creed. This isn't looking too good. This is not gonna be good for Pete Dunne as a big tackle. Double tackle by the Creed brothers. As Brutus Creed now looking to grab a hold of Pete Dunne. What is he looking to do? Looking to send him right into the turnbuckle. Can Pete Dunne somehow counter? Or is this going to be the end of the match for the New Catch Republic? Hold on. Pete Dunne may be able to crawl. He may be able to make the tag. Yet he does. Tyler Bate able to hop into the match. Finally, Pete Dunne can trust into his partner. Maybe not as quickly. Brutus Creed wants to put this match away, and this may be a huge slam onto Tyler Bate, who has just been tagged in. But just like that, he wasn't able to kick out, and the victory goes to the Creed brothers. I don't know what to say except congratulations to the Creed brothers. You know what? No, I do know what to say. Pete Dunne fought and kicked out of everything, even after being destroyed and just obliterated by the Creed brothers. Tyler Bate goes in once and instantly gets pinned. That's got to be disappointing for Pete Dunne. But hey, congratulations to the Creed brothers. Now we have CM Punk. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Well, I'm here to request a match for SummerSlam. See, me and Roman Reigns have talked, and we have realized we have both failed to try to get a match against Seth Rollins. His bodyguard, now bodyguards, have stopped us. I lost to Braun Breaker, and while Roman won once at Clash at the Castle, he still lost, and we have realized we have not earned that match against Seth Rollins. Therefore, we want to earn it. And since there's two of us who want to earn it, and two bodyguards in our way, how about at SummerSlam, we have a little tag team match. CM Punk and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed, where if me and Roman Reigns are able to beat Braun and Braun, then we each get a shot at Seth Rollins. And if we lose, then we promise to never, ever seek a match against Seth Rollins ever again. So Seth, Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, what do you guys say? Are you willing to put everything on the line and face off in a tag team match at SummerSlam? I hope to hear from you soon. And oh my days, what a match that would be. CM Punk calling out Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker for a tag team match. That would be incredible. CM Punk and the OTC Roman Reigns against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That would be an incredible match. Still not confirmed. We have to see what the Re-Evolution think about this, because not only is it going to be a fantastic match just based off the people in it, but the things that are at stake. Roman Reigns, CM Punk have been chasing Seth Rollins ever since WrestleMania, and they want another opportunity at trying to earn that match against Seth Rollins if they are able to beat the bodyguards of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. We saw a little bit from Bronson Reed earlier today, who was able to beat and destroy Braun Strowman. What a match that would be. However, if CM Punk and Roman Reigns lose, then they are never, ever able to basically have a match against Seth Rollins. That would clear the path for Seth Rollins to truly control the future and control the WWE the way he wants to. That would be exciting, but we still have to hear from Seth Rollins, from Paul Heyman, from Braun Strowman, from Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to see what they have to say about it. But if that gets confirmed from SummerSlam, that would be phenomenal. But enough talk about that, as it's not confirmed, at least not yet. We have some women's singles action, as we have Lyra Valkyrie, the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. She has not been able to truly recover after losing her title to Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. Excuse me. Oh my days, so much talk about SummerSlam. She has not been able to recover after her loss against Becky Lynch and Bayley at Backlash. There we go. Too much talk about SummerSlam. She's looking to move up the rankings and looking to slowly gain some confidence as she faces off against Ivy Nile. Lyra obviously lost her title. In the rematch against Becky, she lost. She has just not been on top of her game, to say she wasn't able to qualify for Money in the Bank. And it's just a lot of failures everywhere for Lyra, but hopefully a victory tonight can slowly get her back on track into not only winning ways, but maybe into getting another shot for that Intercontinental Championship. We'll have to see what happens, as another woman who is experiencing similar symptoms after that loss at Backlash, Bayley, who has also been trying to fight for any type of gold, while she's had a little bit more success than Lyra when it comes to Money in the Bank and Women's World Championships. Hold on, Lyra looking for the pinfall. One. Kick out at one. While she has had a little bit more success, it has not been that much more. Bayley has also been struggling when it comes to trying to search for gold or trying to recover after that loss against Lyra and Becky Lynch at Backlash. That's a big leg drop from Lyra, who is just quickly trying to destroy Ivy Nile and looking to just show no mercy, basically. That's what I'm saying from Lyra. No fear, no mercy, just straight aggression and trying to get the victory nice and quickly. Now, I understand. Hold on, Lyra looking for a big leg drop onto Ivy Nile. Huge leg drop by Lyra Valkyrie. Now, I understand that Ivy and Lyra may not be, at the same level on paper, which may give Lyra some sort of confidence. But still, the confidence that I am getting off of Lyra at the moment is something like I've never seen before, as Lyra looking to fly, but this time Ivy Nile able to move out of the way, saving herself from another huge splash, as Lyra Valkyrie now sends flying onto the floor. Maybe Ivy Nile can start getting some momentum. And talking so much about Lyra and how she's looking dominant, imagine the scenes if Ivy Nile is able to get the victory here tonight against Lyra. Me personally, if she's able to beat Lyra here tonight, she should instantly get a title match. As I said, on paper, Lyra is by far the favorite as she looks for the pinfall onto Ivy Nile. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from Ivy Nile. Therefore, if an underdog like Ivy Nile is able to beat someone like Lyra Valkyrie, a former Women's Intercontinental Champion, a finalist in the Queen of the Ring tournament, she should instantly get a title match. Me personally, maybe not. That's why I don't create the matches, but that's just what I'm thinking, as Lyra Valkyrie is trying to get the submission victory. However, Ivy Nile able to escape, now sending Lyra flying. Good counter from Ivy Nile as she looks for the finish. Can she get the big victory here? Will she be able to pull off the submission hold? Is Lyra gonna tap? No, she is not, as she is able to escape that hold. Now some big punches onto Ivy Nile, and instead a little counter as Lyra may be able to get the victory just like that. 2, 3, and nice and quickly. A confident and dominant Lyra Valkyrie able to get the victory tonight against Ivy Nile. And look how much it means to Lyra to finally get a victory and slowly start gaining back that confidence, that motivation, and slowly earn another shot at that Women's Intercontinental Championship. Congratulations to Lyra Valkyrie for the victory here tonight. And a sad loss for the underdog Ivy Nile, as at the moment, American Made is 1-for-1, 1 win, 1 loss. Now we have the new World Tag Team Champion, at least one half, got attacked by Omos and AJ Styles. Let's hear him out. All of you guys saw what happened last week when I was celebrating becoming the new World Tag Team Champion. Alongside Nathan Frazier, I went on a little walk to really think about everything that I was able to accomplish, and there I was attacked backstage by a bunch of frauds and scaredy cats. AJ Styles and Omos, they weren't looking for a match. They were looking for a fight. They were looking to send a message, and I knew that that message was that they were trying to come after our titles. Well, I'm here to announce that Omos, AJ Styles, I don't care if you guys attack me every week, if you guys ruin my matches, I don't care what you guys do, because you guys are at the back of the line. You guys are nowhere near up next for these titles. Up first is the New Day, who want their rematch. Up first is the War Raiders, who never got their rematch. So therefore, AJ Styles almost stay back, because me and Nathan Frazier are already busy at SummerSlam. It will be a tornado 3-way tag match. None other than Fraxium, the World Tag Team Champions, against the New Day, against the War Raiders. AJ Omos, you're going to have to earn your spots and earn a title shot by attacking us. It won't give you anything. So how about you start winning matches and earn it the right way? And big news being dropped by Axiom, announcing that it will be Fraxium against New Day, against the War Raiders at SummerSlam for the World Tag Team Champions, as well as telling Omos and AJ Styles, the two superstars who had attacked Axiom after his title match, that they are at the back of the line and they are going to have to earn and wait until it's their turn. Big news for SummerSlam, and some big confidence coming off of Axiom being able to stay calm, cool, and composed, and allow AJ Styles and Omos to just wait their turn rather than instantly falling for their tricks and giving them that title match. Lots of experience, lots of control being shown from the rookie Axiom, who has only had a couple weeks here on the main roster. So another match confirmed for SummerSlam. Looking and building up to be a fantastic 2-night event, and something else that's going to be fantastic is this match right here. This is our co-main event of tonight, as we have Drew McIntyre, who is looking to move up the rankings ever since his loss at Backlash against Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. It has been difficult for Drew, who has taken many losses, has not been able to find his spot in neither of the World Championships, and not the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. Almost just like a roaming superstar, looking to find his place. And tonight, he gets an opportunity to not only move up the rankings, but beat down one of the most hated, the most hated man in America, as the fans are booing loud and proud. Drew McIntyre goes face to face against the Maverick, Logan Paul. Obviously, Drew being by far the favorite and the one that everyone wants to win. Will he be able to get it done, though? Because if you're in this situation like Drew, where you're losing a lot, you don't really have a true goal or true position to say. I was saying he's just roaming around. That's bound to get into your head. That's bound to cause, a little bit of trickery within you and just doubt, to say so. If Logan Paul is able to get into the mind of Drew McIntyre and break him inside out, then he can definitely get the victory. But physically and just based off of skill, Drew McIntyre should be able to get this victory nice and easy, as he is quickly able to counter Logan Paul. However, not for long, as Logan Paul is trying to fight back now, sending Drew flying. A little diamond cutter onto Drew McIntyre, as Logan Paul looking for the pinfall too. A kick out at 2 from Drew McIntyre. As this match continues, Logan Paul missing his punch, just showing his lack of experience. Can Drew McIntyre take advantage of this? For now, he does. Referee splitting them up. And now Logan Paul is not able to do anything. I thought he was. Never mind. That's a big smash down from Drew McIntyre, and another. As Drew McIntyre now looking for the submission hold. Is Logan Paul gonna tap? Is he gonna be able to tap Logan Paul out? And will Drew McIntyre be able to win like this? And it looks like he won't, as Logan Paul able to escape and counter after that submission hold. This match continues. Big boot by Drew McIntyre. Logan Paul gets up quickly once again, missing his punches. I'm telling you, this man should not be in the WWE. Drew McIntyre, can you kick him out for us, please? Thank you. As Drew McIntyre looks to climb the top of the ropes, Logan Paul gets up slowly. Drew McIntyre is getting ready. What does he have planned? He has a big smackdown onto Logan Paul, prepared. Now looking to pick him up, but Logan Paul able to counter. And now this could be bad for Drew, as some big kicks being done by Logan Paul as he looks for the pinfall, using the ropes to push Drew down. I think the referee would have noticed, but nevertheless, Drew McIntyre, who is now about to put Logan Paul away. Can he get the victory? No. Logan Paul able to kick out at 2. Drew McIntyre almost had the match won right there. But somehow, some way, it was Logan Paul who was able to kick out at the very last seconds. And this match continues. And it only allows Drew McIntyre more time to tear down, to break down, and to beat down Logan Paul, as we have some back and forth action. But instead, it is Logan Paul who comes out on top, as he now picks up Drew McIntyre. What is he looking to do? Looking to pick him up once more. Looking for a nice little suplex of sorts. Very good right there from Logan Paul. However, Claymore from Drew McIntyre, who is now about to win the match. No way! A kick out at 2 after a Claymore. I've been talking smack about Logan Paul this whole time, but right now, he definitely is showing that he has some sorts of skill and level to be here in the WWE. Able to kick out of one signature move from Drew McIntyre and one huge Claymore. I'm not sure how he got it done, But at the moment, not no more. I was about to say at the moment, it is still Drew who is on the attack. And he corrects me so as he able to quickly stop anything from Logan Paul. Drew McIntyre looking for the pinfall once more. Can he get the victory? Another kick out from Logan Paul as this match continues. While Drew McIntyre is the man on the attack and the man in full control, it is still very impressive from Logan Paul, who has been able to kick out of everything that Drew McIntyre has thrown towards the way of Logan Paul, was now able to counter Drew McIntyre. Big right fist as Logan Paul may be able to win it. Can he get the victory? A huge victory? No. Thank goodness. Drew McIntyre able to kick out. Now countering Logan Paul and another Claymore. Now this has to be it for Logan Paul. There is no way he kicks out of this, and there it is. Drew McIntyre able to get the victory. Nevertheless, Logan Paul able to kick out of everything that Drew McIntyre threw his way. But it was a second Claymore who was able to beat Logan Paul. Congratulations to Drew McIntyre. And we are now ready to hear from Rhea Bloody Ripley. She has a mic. She has some stuff to say. Let's go ahead and hear her out. At Money in the Bank, Io Sky got her rematch for the Women's World Championship. And now that she's failed twice against Alexa Bliss, I think it is my turn to face off against her at SummerSlam. So, Alexa Bliss, I'm calling you out. Io Sky interrupting, let's hear her out. Rhea Ripley, you have had enough chances, don't you think? Just because I have failed twice doesn't mean anything. You have failed multiple times and still you are looking for title matches, so I won't stop, as I am also looking for a title match. And since we both won it, how about next week we have a number one contenders match, me and you. Winner faces Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. You know what, Io? Let's do it. Look at Io Sky. Look at Rhea Ripley. Both women are not ready to let go of fighting for that title, and therefore next week, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley go face to face in a number one contenders match where the winner will be able to face off against Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam for the Women's World Championship. But now, it is time for the main event of the night. And what is at stake? Well, it is definitely not medium rare. This is hot fire, sizzling beef as Chad Gable is starting up early, attacking Dragon Lee as he was making his way to the ring, attacking him with the steel chair. A law is at stake, and you got to do whatever it takes to win this match. No disqualifications, no countouts, false count anywhere match where Chad Gable, if he is able to win, not only must Dragon Lee remove his mask, he also must leave the WWE. On the other hand, if Dragon Lee is able to beat Chad Gable here tonight, then Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy must split up. That means the Creed brothers, yes, they'll be allowed to stay together. The Creed brothers go their own way. Chad Gable goes his own way. Ivy Nile goes his own way. Now, as we are beginning this match, I want to talk about what happened earlier today. I talked about it a little bit, but I was just saying, isn't it crazy that Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers all had matches here tonight, which basically leaves them out of this match and not able to help Chad Gable. They have to recover after their matches as the Creed brothers were able to win, but they still got beat down by the New Catch Republic. And then on the other hand, you have Ivy Nile, who lost. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a coincidence that they have a match. And it's basically giving an advantage to Dragon Lee, who could at any time bring the LWO out here and help him. On the other hand, Chad Gable can't do that as much. He cares about his people, and he wants them to rest. Therefore, he is coming out alone tonight, as at the moment, Dragon Lee is fully in control. So much at stake, and Dragon Lee is not only thinking about his main goal, which is breaking up American Made, the same American Made which sent his mentor Rey Mysterio over to SmackDown, but he is also thinking about the legacy, about the pride, and about the honor which his mask holds and what it holds for all luchadors all over the world, coming all the way from Mexico as Chad Gable with a huge splash onto Dragon Lee, and Chad Gable is not done as he is charging up. And apart from that, Dragon Lee is also thinking about the fact that if he loses, he has to leave the WWE. He's out. I don't know I can't remember if he said he won't come back, but I just know he has to leave. And at the moment, it looks like that might happen because Chad Gable is in control, using a kendo stick to just tear down and beat up Dragon Lee, not giving him a chance to breathe or attack or even get up, as he barely tries to. And oh, maybe, hold on, he just shot me up as a huge knee from Dragon Lee, may be able to win the match. Referee pinfall. The steel stairs were in the way, and the referee had to, take a couple extra seconds in order to be able to make that count, which allowed Chad Gable to be able to kick out before the referee could even count to 1 and out. It is back to Chad Gable on the attack and back to using that kendo stick on Dragon Lee, an already bruised up and torn down body, which is being beat up even more now as Chad Gable is showing no mercy. That kendo stick has just been broken on the body of Dragon Lee. Chad Gable has worked so hard to make American Made one of the greatest teams here in the WWE. He has helped the Creed brothers, he has helped Ivy Nile, and he has even been able to help himself. He does not want to throw that away here tonight. He wants to continue as this big family. But Dragon Lee looking to counter, as he has a lot to defend. He has a lot to fight for as well. Chad Gable is charged up finally. For the first time in this match, we have both superstars inside of the ring as Dragon Lee prevents Chad Gable from using the steel steps. Chad Gable accidentally hit the referee. Huge stunner as Chad Gable may lose now. But a kick out from Chad Gable. However, Dragon Lee now returning some of the damage which was done to him onto Chad Gable, using the steel chair and a big kick in order to penetrate the head of Chad Gable. As Dragon Lee now looking to pick up Chad Gable. What is Dragon Lee looking to do? He wants to use the ropes and a ball. He was looking for a big kick. However, Chad Gable very smartly was able to move out of the way just in time. And what a main event. What a match this has been. An absolute all-out war. Lots of back and forth as it was just Dragon Lee who was on top and in momentum and in control. But now it is Chad Gable as he is charging up and he is looking for that ankle lock. Can he win the match? Will he be able to not only remove the mask of Dragon Lee, but also send him away and out of the WWE? Dragon Lee is struggling. Chad Gable is in control and he may win the match here. Dragon Lee is not tapping out yet, but he is also not escaping. I quickly ate my words as Dragon Lee able to escape that submission hold. Big knee. Hold on. Now the tides have turned. Chad Gable may be the man who's out. Chad Gable has been able to kick out somehow, some way. It is Chad Gable kicking out at the very last second, but he doesn't have a lot of time. He has to put Dragon Lee away before Dragon Lee puts him away, as Dragon Lee now able to counter. Big punch. Dragon Lee looking for the finish. Oh no! This may be it for Chad Gable. This may no. Chad Gable able to kick out at 1. How is this even possible? Chad Gable now may be able to win the match. He's looking for that ankle lock. Is Dragon Lee gonna tap? What a freaking match this has been phenomenal. And it could all come to an end here as Dragon Lee may tap out to that ankle lock. Is he gonna tap out, or is he gonna be able to escape? Yet again, he is able to escape. This match continues. Dragon Lee with a big clothesline onto Chad Gable. Everyone is on their feet. Everyone watching as this war is being unleashed. Dragon Lee looking for the pinfall. Is this it for Chad Gable? And that is it. That is it for American Made. Dragon Lee has been able to put Chad Gable away, who was not able to kick out. And well, congratulations to Dragon Lee, but what a sad night for Chad Gable, Ivy Nile, the Creed brothers, and American Made. Thank you so much for watching. Congrats to Dragon Lee, but American Made is no more.